This female cultivator quickly put down the weapon. Introduction. Refining Chi on level 13.1, lifespan plus 3. Refining 12 layers. 1, lifespan plus 3. Refining 11th floor. 1, lifespan plus 3. Consuming 300 years of lifespan, the spiritual root is increased to 4 spiritual roots. Consuming 800 years of lifespan, the spiritual root is increased to 3 spiritual roots. Disciple. Ancestor, the enemy is attacking. Protagonist. What are you panicking about? Let me take care of this god. Chapter 1. Old Demon White Jade Capital. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 2. My Big Baby. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 3. Cunning Rabbit Cave 3. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 4. Robbing Houses and Robbing Houses. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 5. Originally from an old friend. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 6. Immortals. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 7. Ah, yes, yes, yes. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Ads by Google equals window. Ads by Google. Push, come on, put your hands on this formation. Mo Ping's voice is gentle, try not to scare my nephew. Luo Qingchuan followed the instructions. Even though she had done the spirit testing plate many times, she still looked like she had just encountered it for the first time. As she placed her hand on it, a spiritual energy from the spirit measuring plate entered her body and began to flow. The 4 gemstones set on the spirit measuring plate, including gold, green, red, and blue, lit up. Yellow, purple, cyan, black, and white did not react. Although only 4 were shining, each one was very bright, making Mo Ping's expression joyful. The 4 spiritual roots of gold, wood, water, and fire are as bright as day, with top-notch qualifications. It's one step away from the 3 spiritual roots, great. Although it is only the 4 spiritual roots, it can be regarded as the 3 spiritual roots. Although there may be differences in qualifications, it's hard to resist having a background. It can completely smooth out this gap. For spiritual roots. Mo Ping's words were heard by everyone around, who looked enviously at Luo Qingchuan. Although they all have spiritual roots, most of them have 5 spiritual roots and a few have 4 spiritual roots, and their qualifications are not comparable to those of Luo Qingchuan. Luo Qingquan, Jia Z No. 1 Courtyard. Mo Ping looked at Luo Qingchuan with a smile and personally carved her a famous brand. This eliminates the need for one to operate secretly and distribute openly, without fear of others gossiping. Next. After testing Luo Qingchuan, Mo Ping left it unattended and simply told others that I was covering Luo Qingchuan. Qing'er, in a moment, let your senior brother take you to No. 1 Courtyard. Senior uncle has something else to attend to, so let's leave first. If you have anything, just come find senior uncle. After speaking, Mo Ping hurriedly left. But anyway, the goal has been achieved, and there will still be more days of contact in the future. Don't rush for a moment. The remaining tests are still ongoing, with most being the 5 spirit roots, a few being the 4 spirit roots, and 2 being released from the 3 spirit roots. Actually, many people have already tested it, and now it's just a routine matter. Zhou Qi, Jia Z No. 1 Courtyard. Wow, fire with double spirit roots. Suddenly, a cry of surprise came. The dazzling light illuminated the main hall like it was under the sun. Humph. At the center of the discussion, a beautiful girl arrogantly glanced at Luo Qingchuan, like a peacock. Luo Qingchuan didn't care about her arrogance, and at this moment her eyes lit up. Although I'm not ready to practice evil methods, can we always find someone to work together? It's just about finding a like-minded immortal couple to progress together. Zhou Qi, the lilies of our hometown have bloomed. Double spirit roots, such a Taoist couple is so fragrant, and they also have their own aesthetic preferences. As for arrogance, Lord Luo likes to ravage arrogance. What princess, flight attendant, teacher, nurse? Okay, it's time for a cross-talk. Luo Qingquan, right. Just 4 spiritual roots, not worth mentioning. Surrounded by a group of people, Zhou Qi walked over, lifted his chin, and spoke arrogantly. Ah, yes, I can't compare to you, you're too amazing. Luo Qingchuan nodded like a chicken pecking at rice. What she wanted in her heart was to finish quickly and then go to the courtyard. She couldn't wait to practice fairy magic. She has been preparing for decades to create her own fairy for the sake of fairy art. Once learned, she can confidently brush her lifespan and use it to enhance her spiritual roots. Being in the Immortals sect, there is no danger. The task of enhancing one's foundation can now be put on the agenda. I didn't dare to lower my cultivation level casually before, but now I don't have this problem. Moreover, the fairy spirit sect has rich spiritual energy, and my cultivation speed will also be faster. Finally, I can fix the bug properly. Chapter 8. Acquaintances. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De Co Lois Ara Trong Quatrin Lay Text. Chapter 12. Senior Brother Gao Leng. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Ads by Google equals window. Ads by Google. Push. After coaxing Zhou Qi, no one came to find Luo Qingchuan's trouble. Even Li Gan looked at them hand in hand, looking like sisters with deep feelings. What is the situation? There seems to be something wrong with the art style. The people in the other courtyard also walked out one by one and became lively for a while. 12 people, all young people, quickly became familiar with each other. Zhou Qi has dual spiritual roots and is beautiful, which naturally makes him the target of everyone's pursuit. Originally, I was dissatisfied with Luo Qingchuan, but now the two sisters have deep feelings. Where are these feelings? I wish I could tell everyone that Luo Qingchuan is my good sisters, and I will protect her in the future. Luo Qingchuan was also so happy, hiding behind her and making a fortune while feeling bored was the right thing to do. These sisters can really cover it up. Isn't it just that you don't have to worry about your child's food problems? With your own dual spiritual roots, more people have more wealth than billions. With billions of people, it's not enough to be too close. I happen to have this convenience and can also take advantage of it. Li Gan and Li Chuang from the third courtyard are cousins and also unlucky ones who were robbed together. Seeing Luo Qingchuan's expression, they are just like Li Gan's. Neither of them dared to say much, and even though they were in the crowd, no one cared about them. As a group of people were chatting with each other in a lively manner, a stream of light flashed across the sky. A man in a white robe, as cold as frost, appeared in the center of the room. I am Prince Fan, and I will be your guiding senior brother in your cultivation class from now on. The man's expression was indifferent and there was no intention for them to introduce themselves. I will come every 3 days and give lectures for 2 hours each time. If you have any questions, you can ask me. As for other courses, you can go and ask the supervisor yourself. Speaking, Wang Zifen ignored everyone's reactions and directly spoke up. For a moment, everyone was a bit stunned, but soon realized that this was not home, and cultivation was extremely important. They were all focused on listening. Wang Zifen told them the most basic knowledge of cultivation, including many common sense. Although some people have already started practicing, there are also those who have just started, so start from scratch. When Wang Zifen spoke, his gaze glanced at Luo Qingchuan twice, but he didn't say anything. Basic knowledge, many people know it, and not listening is not a big deal. It's just that Luo Qingchuan's performance made him curious. What kind of spiritual root is this? How can it absorb spiritual energy so quickly? But he was just curious and came over to do a sect mission. After completing it, he just ran away. Bringing newcomers or something is really annoying, it's still interesting to go back and practice. His immortal mimicry is about to be completed, and he will be able to go and retrieve the venue when the time comes. There is no need to focus on the newcomer. After speaking for an hour, Wang Zifen allowed everyone to freely ask questions, and he also answered them one by one. Although he was indifferent, he did not reject people from thousands of miles away. Just 2 hours later, he said, "Let's talk again next time," and went straight into the air without a trace. Only a group of people remained standing in place in a daze. Is this senior brother too high or too cold? However, with his easy-to-understand explanation, he learned what cultivation is all about, which can help them avoid many detours. At least the initial cultivation is not a problem. Even Li Gan and Li Chuang, who had already practiced, felt that they had benefited greatly and realized the shortcomings of their previous cultivation. After going back, correct any mistakes or omissions, and the cultivation speed can also increase by a few points. Although Prince Fan has left, a group of people can still communicate on their own, just to verify if they have missed anything just now. Zhou Qi became the center of the encirclement. Chapter 9. Fairy Art. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ads by Google equals window. Ads by Google. Push, this is the essence of the big gate. In the master bedroom, sitting cross-legged on the training mat, Luo Qingchuan let out a comfortable moan. Spiritual energy streamed into her body, and the effect of the gathering spirit formation prevented the spiritual energy in the room from overflowing, allowing it to continuously absorb external spiritual energy and lock it in the room. The futon under the buttocks is woven with a concentration vine, which has the effect of clearing the mind and calming the mind, making it easier for beginners to fall asleep. In such an environment for cultivation, even without any external forces, Luo Qingchuan is confident that he can reach the second level of qi cultivation within 2 months. If using pills, it can be delivered within 10 days. Open the 2 storage bags in front of you. One is available for beginners, and inside is a book of condensing qi ju, a book of immortal spirit art, 3 spirit stones, a bottle of condensing qi dan, and a bottle of pai gu dan. This is their 1-month subsidy, and there will be a certain amount of subsidy every month. After 2 years of entry, they will have to work hard on their own. The other one is Zhou Tiancheng, a cheap master who gave her the resources for her next 3 years of cultivation. 300 spirit stones, 5 bottles of condensing qi pill, 1 bottle of clearing heart pill, 5 basic talismans such as wind movement talisman, flame talisman, and earth shield talisman, as well as a special talisman for life preservation, containing the full power of Zhou Tiancheng's immortal spirit. This is all the funding. The master leads the way in, and personal cultivation depends on oneself. Zhou Tiancheng didn't give her too much, after all, it was only 3 years, and the sect also provided some support every month, so only a portion was given. To give her 300 spirit stones, she was asked to buy some magical tools to protect her body, but he didn't explicitly say it, it depends on how the disciple chooses. Anyway, for beginners, 300 spirit stones are definitely a huge sum of money. Put everything away, Luo Qingchuan couldn't wait to open the fairy technique. It may seem like a book, but in fact, it is just a carrier that contains a wide range of content. When touched with divine thoughts, vast knowledge suddenly rushes towards her. Others were slowly learning chapters one by one, but Luo Qingchuan received all the knowledge in one breath. Even though her spirit was powerful, she couldn't help but snort. Although suffering, Luo Qingchuan's face was uplifted. It's not in vain that she worked hard to plan for so long, and finally got it. The immortal magic of the Immortal sect is the foundation of their sect, and only after possessing Immortals can the spells of the Immortal sect be used. But after being cultivated, fairies are indeed very scary. Having obtained the long-awaited Dharma technique, Luo Qingchuan did not rush to practice. Instead, she carefully reviewed Chuzhang Zotzi over and over again, confirming that she had fully understood the content before starting to practice. Fairy art is based on one's own divine soul and constructs one's own unique fairy spirit. Fairies can be humans, beasts, or tools. Top-level immortals, such as vermilion sparrows, have the ability to burn mountains and boil the sea. There are also mysterious turtles and the power to move mountains and bring down the city. Different attributes and ideas result in vastly different fairies being constructed. There are 4 categories of immortals that Luo Qingchuan can build, namely gold, wood, water, and fire. She has already had an idea, so now it is just a direct implementation. The cultivation of the Immortal sect is very slow because they need to supply immortals, but if they have enough resources, they can quickly cross this process. Luo Qingchuan established a leisure building not only for his own enjoyment, but also for the purpose of accumulating wealth. After years of accumulation, his wealth was enormous, which was prepared for practicing immortal spirit techniques. After starting to cultivate at this point, the thin spiritual power in the body is rapidly being consumed. But she didn't panic at all, she just contained a condensing qi pill to allow her spiritual power to be consumed, and she outlined the fairy spirit she wanted with her mind and spirit.